Bonsoir. Hi, Tiasha.
Hello.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, ciao.
Good. It's
Look
so
at these
nice
two
to be with
Italians.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao from
yeah.
Ciao.
Two Italians and a British, I would say, at
No,
the
I'm a
moment.
Slovenian.
Oh
Mm-mm.
my God, you live in the Great Britain,
hmm
so
Living and feeling is two different things.
really,
hmm
are we gonna do that?
No. We are talking about recovery today. You know what I mean? So,
That's so nice. Guys, it's the last show. It's the last show of the year. It's the
we
last show of
made
the year. We
it!
made it.
Woo!
What a marvelous thing. Believe it or not. I'm so
I
happy to
know,
see you
right?
guys tonight. We started the year perfectly and we are ending it in an excellent note, on an excellent tone, stage, ground, whatever adjective you want to use to qualify it. I'm so glad to be with you guys tonight. Pedro Apollo's podcast has been a success, and I'm really happy and grateful for the comfort and contribution of each and every one of you, and our viewers, our fans, those that have stood with us to this very moment. I just want to use this occasion to say a big thank you to you all for the year 2024 that is coming to a grand finale, like they say, a grand finale. So once again, thank you, Tiasha Castellic Asomani. And we have
Hey,
the
you're welcome. You're welcome. A round of applause, please.
Good. We have the honor of having as well. A round of applause for you.
Yay!
Good. So we have the honor and the privilege of having Peter Aroma in the house. You're most welcome, Peter.
Thank you very much for
Yeah,
having me.
welcome.
You came on a day that
I
we have
like
a
this
great,
surname, Aroma.
yeah,
Cheers.
Damn, like it
aroma
sounds so
Peter.
like, you know,
Yeah,
like flavorish.
Of course, of
that, that,
course, of
that's how it's
course.
supposed to sound. You know.
Aroma,
Ah,
Uh,
aroma Peter. It sounds great, innit?
but
it
the
does.
the meaning it's whatever you done well. That's
Okay.
Oh,
Whatever,
okay.
whatever, whatever you have done or whatever you do must have been done well, right?
yeah,
And this is the beautiful thing about African names. There is always a
Yeah.
significant meaning behind it.
Well, I
That is
married an African and look at my surname. You know what I mean? So,
Asomani.
it's all right. I guess I'll take it. At least people know how to pronounce it.
Of
it
course,
seems
of
it
course.
seems a surname that comes from where I'm from also. Yeah, we have Asemota, Asomani,
Asemota.
Asemota.
Asemota. Asomani. Well, Peter, you are not too far. You are not too far from the truth because the Asante Empire and the Benin Empire have a very good relationship and they have a common history to some extent. So Tiasha is married to a Ghanaian.
Oh,
So you
oh,
are not far at all from the truth.
okay,
There is definitely a
Yeah.
history behind it and the relationship is there if we
definitely.
have to go deep down in it. And then I will use this occasion to tell whoever is listening to us tonight, in the coming year, like in the year 2025, we are going to have a show in which we are going to invite a historian, a contemporary historian that will give us a gist about in details about the Great Benin Empire of the West African region that is now part of the state of Nigeria today. And on that day, we'll have the opportunity to listen in great detail of how far and reaching this empire was, how it was constituted, and the present day cities or states in the West Africa region today that used to be part of the Great Benin Empire. I think it's going to be a great show, and
Oh
we are all
wow.
going to enjoy it. And it's going to be a learning process, a learning moment for each and every one of us. You know,
This might be the first time I actually bring my notes. I mean,
of
not bring
course,
my notes, make
that would
notes.
be
Yeah,
that would
that's more accurate. Yeah.
That would be great. That would be great. I am actually looking forward to it. We're already having a discussion in the process, and I hope to be able to kill in the guest and the expert that will be able to discuss these things with us because I think it is very, very important. If you do not know your history, you are bound to repeat, especially the negative side of the history. And this, to me, is very, very important, especially for those of us that are in the diaspora, because I think it is actually very important that we know who we are. Otherwise, we might be taken for a ride. We might be living in a country, in a city, in a place that tend to underestimate our personality, our agency, and categorizing us or
Yes, especially like second, third, and fourth generation being in a diaspora, because I
so
think
true.
that it gets lost.
That is very, very
Yeah.
important. That is very, very important.
Can you get a like a Slovenian historian as well? I don't know
Absolutely,
anything about my
absolutely.
country.
Of course, it is so good. I mean, we have to be able to do that. It is so good, and we have to be able to do that because this, for me, is very very important in the sense that, especially for those of us that are in the diaspora, like I was saying earlier on, like the second, third generation, like you said, if
Mhm,
you actually do not know that you are standing on the shoulders of giants, you might end up thinking that you are a nobody. You might end up thinking
mhm.
that the young European history is the only one that found the world. The fact is that the European history, compared to other history of the Chinese dynasty and everything, is actually pretty young. This is not to
Mhm.
underestimate or take anything away from the European history, but truth be told, it is actually very young. Taking Egypt, for
It is.
instance, alone, we are talking of civilization that is more than 3,000 years and everything, even based on European estimation. It is
Mhm.
popularly said that the Egyptian taught the Greeks, but how many of us today actually know that? You know?
I think that this is more like a competition, but imagine you being so young and already fucked. Wow.
Let us not go there, Tasha. Let us
Okay, let's
on
talk
a good
about
behavior.
recovery. Yeah, you opened the topic. Don't do this with me. You know how I am.
So let let us try let us all be on our good behavior because beside that we have a new guest on the show tonight. Peter, we are not too crazy. We are just normal
No.
human being. We do things lovely like every other person that you know, like yourself and all that. So ignore the craziness that you may see on the show tonight, one way or
Okay.
the other. But I'm just telling you this to be preparing anyway, because one way or the other, the craziness is
Because
gonna
Tiasha
come
is
in.
here.
We
Oh,
can't
This
tame
is, you see,
ourselves.
just no, no, no. Stop beating around the bush. What he's saying is that get ready because Tiasha is crazy. That's
Yeah, because
it. We all
you're on
know
a show
that.
tonight with the liquid metal. You're on a show tonight
but
with the liquid metals.
you have to understand one thing. I've always been on the backstage of the set. You know, understand? So, if,
So
yeah,
you know, right? You're used to it. Yeah, I know.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, guys. The year has come to an end. We have 28. We have just 3 days left for the year
Mm.
2024 to have been concluded and everything, and we will have been extending our greetings and well wishes, welcoming in the new year. And we titled our show tonight as Recovering because it's something that is, you know, it's something that is very significant, and it is magical. There is something powerful about being able to recover, especially when one has experienced a sort of knockdown or a defeat
Mhm.
in a particular area of our life. Is something that most people, oftentimes when we talk, we don't seem to apply or accord the significant, the I will even call it prestige, or like my friend would say, whenever you have any form of defeat or misfortune, take it as a form of university that you are going in through, because you learn from the experience, you better yourself, and you move on.
Yeah.
But that is not the case for a lot of people. That is not the case for a lot of people at all. I happen to work in a sector or in an environment where I have seen people that are struggling with depression over things that you and I may have experienced in our life, and it will mean nothing to us at all. So why am I being very particular about this aspect, the process, the journey that leads one to be able to recover from one misfortune or the other, standing on a firm ground and charting their future prospect again, is something very, very important, because oftentimes in life, people are hurting. People are traumatized
Mhm.
because of one experience or the other. And at times, especially on this ground, I happen to agree. As most people will say, oftentimes it is actually the fault of quote unquote our parents, the way and the environment in which we were brought up, because at times what mold our vision of the world are the things that were inculcated in us in our young age, and how we were encouraged to see the world as it is. So, just
Yeah.
to explain in a very layman term, if a child grew up with parents or in a family where almost everybody tells a lie, I will give a very simple example. One is not happy, somebody or a friend called you. You know for a fact that you don't even want to receive that call. You are not too happy about that call. You tell yourself, "Oh, this guy again." But when you pick up the phone, you start laughing. Wow, blah 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 blah. This and that. That's faking it
Mhm.
in front of children. The children eventually grow up faking it as well, because they have learned those
Yeah.
things from the primary agent of civilization, which are their parents. So I used to negate it myself, that these things could actually boil down to our personalities. Parents could be blamed about it, but having spoken with some people and having read some article and having observed some things, today I now agree that at times the way we see things in life could actually be very, very influenced with the type of parents that we grew up with or that raised us. That is just part of our making. Of course, one based on his or her experience could have a world vision that is quite different from their parents' one or whatsoever. But however, this is an issue. This is a very big issue. Not very many people are able to recover from defeat. Not very many people are able to reproject their life again, chart their future, and stand strong, work, maintain their opinion. You know, do you guys know exactly how hard it is today in the 21st century, in the year 2024, for one to be able to form his or her opinion against or completely different from the majority accepted form of opinion? Guys, we lived in the
Aren't
year
we there
2024.
already?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
Just
trying
with
to.
this podcast alone, for example.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know how many times I have even tried to promote a particular topic that we did, and the platform will said the topic, the way we approach it, and everything. They wouldn't accept it. I even want to pay money to promote the the particular topic because I felt it was very interesting. So that is just
Mhm.
one form of it. But a lot of people today, especially our younger ones, oftentimes, not that because they are timid, but they are afraid to be able to express exactly what they feel about a particular topic. And this too happen in the part of the world that we live, in the Western world, where almost everything today could be baptized with racism. So a lot of people are tiptoeing. And on the other way around, some of us that are of the African descent that live here, we too are kind of worried. It becomes very difficult for us to know exactly who is real, who is not real. Because if on
Mm-hmm.
average most people are tiptoeing because of the fear of the accusation of racism, of whatever any ism that exists here in the West, how exactly will I know this person is dealing with me correctly or not? I mean, it becomes even difficult for us, the diasporans, at times. So being able to recover from all of these things and charting your own future, living your life based on your rules, respecting each and every one that come across you, but maintaining your dignity, your personal agency is something that is very, very difficult in our world today. So if anyone has fallen out the track and was able to bring him or herself back again, I think it's something worthy of celebration. This is what exactly I mean with recovering, the process, the journey that leads to personal rediscovering and recovering from maybe wrong indoctrination, wrong information that kind of changed the course of our life in the past is something that we all, when possible, have to work hardly, very hard to change in our life. And it is not easy for a lot of people. Before I open up the floor for each and every one of, I mean, for us to be able to really have this discussion and chat about it, because we really don't want to make this show very heavy. Today is the last episode of the year. We want to marry, we want to be happy, we want to dance, we want to laugh. So before I open up the floor, I want to give you guys a very simple example. Last week, Saturday, there was a fight in Riyadh. Riyadh, is it called Riyadh, the capital city of Saudi Arabia? I hope I
Yeah.
did not destroy that pronunciation anyway. So it was a fight between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk of Ukraine. And what was very interesting in that fight is that Tyson Fury, for the second time, lost to Alexander. And then the journey leading to that very particular fight was that Tyson Fury had to seclude or exclude himself from the society. He stayed away with his trainer, training continuously with every fiber of his being. And he even limit to the he worked out to the extent of limiting communication with his wife and his children because he was so focused on this fight that happened on Saturday last week. But guess what, guys? He lost the fight. People only seeing the fight that took place that very day. Not very many of us knew about the effort of either Usyk or Tyson Fury that they put in into going into that fight. That is just an example of so many things or most things that we individually do in our life. One could have studied so hard for exam and may not have passed it. One may have done a particular operation to correct one medical situation. At the end of the day, the thing may not have gone the way they expected it to be. So, how do you recover from those things? How do you pick up yourself again? And mind you, for with what I have known today, to recover from things at times in life could take a generation. There are some setback that you could have, or maybe mistakes, avoidable or unavoidable. It will take a lifetime for us to be able to correct it. So those things
Mm-hmm.
are very, very are real and they happen. Like they say, life do happens. So when you see somebody in struggle, fighting a battle, trying to correct some things in their life, I don't think it is the right thing for us to do, like most of us do, criticizing them. judging them as if we know better than them, when for a fact we are not going through the exact same circumstances that they are going through. Because even at that, there is no personal data that we have today that we could have fared better than them. It's like me today now trying to present to the two of you here on the show tonight that I do not use the word fuck. Honestly, if shit go down, it flies out of my mouth without me knowing it. But if I'm in the front of my camera trying to limit it, not to be well abusive of the words, abusive, because I believe there could be an inappropriate use of it, which is very common in my case. However, this is a case for most people. We are not perfect in any shape or form, but being able to embark on a journey of self-rediscovering, recovering from a setback is something that is very, very important. And we as a society should be able to encourage anybody that is having a difficult time in life. So without further ado, I may ask, I will give, I know it's like they said, today I want to be on the contrary side. It is usually said, ladies and gentlemen, but in this case, I want to ask Peter for the first one. I'm sorry, Tiasha, I'm masculinist, I'm sexist, I'm everything that you
I'm
can call
very
me in the book.
offended. How am I gonna
So,
recover from this?
God damn it.
No,
You are gonna fucking recover. You are fucking too big for this.
it's just a one-time thing. It's just a one-time thing. You know
so,
your. It's just a one-time thing. So
so Peter,
yeah.
have you ever had a particular experience in your life that you are comfortable sharing with the whole world, that you can tell yourself that you eventually was able to recover from, and you are very glad that you've done so?
Uh, I have series of stories to tell when it comes to something like this. Series like uh, take for instance, I was doing the driver's license for the Italian driver's license. We all know
Okay.
what it takes to do the Italian driver's license. You know, you have to study in a language that is not yours, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not talking about if it's just for the car now, it will be maybe probably easy. So I'm talking about the one for the truck. So
Okay.
actually failed like 4 times, and in the fourth, like the there's a you get the license and you have to get a particular certificate that will attain you to um, to drive. It's not that you have to get the license and that's it. No. So for the license, I failed once and I got it the second time. Then for the certificate, I had to fail like 3 times and I got it the fourth time. Do you know what's very painful? The painful thing is that I studied my myself out. Like, you know what it means? Like what I say is like what I don't know, I cram it. You understand what that is? So
Mm-hmm.
I was so good to the extent that I know these things off heart. But the problem was that uh, I get to the exam hall and I do this exam. The tension, the stress of work, I couldn't I couldn't get past a particular number. I needed in this exam. The first one was 40 questions, which is the license called Chi. which is C for the camion. And that one, as I said earlier on, I did it like twice. The second time, the first time I was so angry, like everything I know it. And the second time I got it. Then the certificate to be able to have goods in the camion, in the we call it camion here in Italy. It's a truck, you know.
Yeah, a
So
truck. Yeah.
so to have to put goods in the truck to transport these goods is called CQC. Certificato, it's called Certificato di Qualificazione di Conducente, which is qualified certificate for the driver. You understand? So it's a particular kind of certificate that for in the exam it's 70 numbers. You understand? So I can't. You have to uh, you have to have like 7 errors. You have to have like 7 errors. But you know how many errors I have? The first one I had 9 errors. The second one, I had 9 errors. The third one, I had 9 errors. You know, so to the extent I was like, maybe I was being bewitched or something. Like somebody didn't want me to have this because definitely, if you have this, it's like you are being promoted from a particular working level to another working level whereby your salary is going to increase. You understand? And it was so frustrating. It was so frustrating. The fact that I would read, actually know what I'm reading. It's not that sometimes I might even not answer like maybe 2 questions, and
Mm-hmm.
that will be my what will bring the failures. You know, sometimes I might even answer a question that I know very well and end up answering it in a very wrong way. You know, so like as you said it in the place of Tyson Fury. You know,
Mm.
it is not about how you study. You can actually study, but the first time you might not get it right.
Yeah.
Even the second time you might not get it right. Even the third time you might not get it right.
Mm-hmm.
Even the fourth you might not get it right. You know, so it's when you finally get it, you yes, if sentiment to there's a particular sentiment you have, like you value that thing. I believe there's a you have a good value for that thing. Like you don't when you have it at the end, it's worth more than gold. You understand? It's worth more than silver, gold, money. Then you give it, but it's like when you have it easily, you cannot you don't how would I put
Maybe
it?
not appreciate the significance of
Appreciate
that
the
particular success.
significance. That's it.
Yeah, but
It's
this
I
this
think that here is just, sorry to jump in,
mm,
but I think that we need to talk about the fact that those things that matter to us and those things that we need to achieve, or those things that we really want to achieve, are always more
mhm,
painful when we fail. You know, if this is something just by the way, we wouldn't be stressing about it. There is no recovery needed. Like you say, fuck it, you move on. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
But when it's something
Mhm,
so dear to you, like you getting the certificate or driving license or whatever, especially in a foreign country, that you know is going to increase your salary, which is important for you, of course, it's frustrating. Even if you had only one mistake, you know what I mean? Like, why didn't I do that perfect? You beat yourself. It's the fact. Like, if this driving license wouldn't mean higher salary or a better job for you or whatever, you would be like, okay, fuck it, next year or whenever. You wouldn't take
That's
it. Even those, I don't know, you said 9 mistakes, seven is allowed, for you to pass. Fine. But even if you had 7 mistakes, let's say, and you would pass, you would still find something to beat yourself down. You know what I mean? Like you would be like, why? I know I made it. I know I got that certificate or I got the license, whatever. But you still find something that, how? Like I studied. Okay, fine, I have it in my pocket, but, maybe I do not know that much that I thought that I know. So it's always something. It's in us,
No,
I think that it's natural.
no, it's okay. Let me bring in this particular part. Let's say, as at the time I was studying for the driver's license for the just normal car, I got it
Yeah.
once. I got it once. I felt like I
Yeah,
because I
you achieved
studied.
something, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
achieved something, and it was something of no value. Like,
kind of normal.
I studied, I passed, so that's it. You understand?
Yeah, you take it
And
for granted.
yeah, I take it for granted. Then
That's the right
somebody
word.
in still this in the same shoe, like maybe they are trying to get that uh, particular kind of driver's license.
Hmm.
Imagine doing it for the first time, doing it for the second time, doing it to the extent they are even losing interest. They don't want to do it anymore. You understand? Like, okay, now look at the one that stressed me. Let's say somebody did it for the first time and got it on a first sitting, and did
Yeah.
the certificates and did it on a first sitting. There's no, there's a, it puts little value. It doesn't even value it. You understand? There's always, there's,
I mean, I get what you mean, but here you need to know it also the reason behind why the person is doing it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, um, if they went there for the same reason as you, higher salary or better job or whatever you want to take it,
yeah,
and they've done it, it's like, yay, I made it. It's not so much about valuing what they invested, but just that like a surfaced pride that they achieved it. So
Hmm.
their situation doesn't go as deep emotionally as your situation. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Um, the fact that, listen, you said it right. It might be a time when you would be like seventh, eighth, tenth time, you'll be like, fuck it, I'm not doing it anymore. And I think that that's normal as well. Because how many times can a person actually try? How many times can you actually put yourself out there? How many times do you need to put yourself on that red chair and be exposed? Because then it gets personal to you, like, I'm incapable.
No,
I can't
yeah,
fucking do it.
yeah,
You know, what else can I do? Like, I'm studying, I'm doing my best. I think I know the whole book. I even know where the paragraphs are based on the pages. Like, I know everything out of my head. How can I not make it? But,
Yes.
it's normal, it's natural. You go something else, you put focus on something else, and maybe later on, you return back. Sometimes having a fresh thought, fresh mind, it's all it takes.
mind you, resources are going. Every time you do this thing, resources are going. You are spending,
Hmm.
and also
Hmm.
you have to understand that this thing you depend. Yeah, it has you have a dependence on it to extent whereby it's taking you from a particular step to another step.
So
Imagine
it's very, very
you don't.
important for you.
It's very important
Yeah.
for you, taking you from a particular level to another level. And imagine now, let's say between the time in which doing this, the fourth one, let's say it's months will pass. You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
eventually getting it, it's like you have slowed down the pace in which you wanted to, in which you've targeted your dream, because things that you inspired or aspire to do, you already set time to it. It's like it's
But
like
this is also our
procrastinating.
disadvantage.
Huh?
This is also
Yeah.
our disadvantage as human.
Yeah.
We tend to put a timeline on everything, and we beat ourselves, but we forget about the fact that this is not only from you to get to A and B, but that road might not be a straight line. We are forgetting that part. That's
Hmm.
why we always say, like, when we are smart assing some other people, like, yeah, you need to have from plan A to plan B. If plan B doesn't go, maybe you need to have a plan C, you know. But when it comes to our situation, when we it gets personal to us, it's just from A to B and it's a straight fucking line. And if it's not straight fucking line, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Tasha, let me ask you a question. If you
Go on,
ask,
please.
if you ask
You
Tyson
sure say
Fury,
you want to ask question?
if you ask Tyson Fury, if you ask Tyson Fury, say,
Uh,
Tyson Fury, this match that you're fighting, would you like to fight it again? Wouldn't you have better won this fight at this instant? What do you think Tyson Fury would have said?
You want my personal opinion?
Yeah.
Out of his ego, he's not gonna decline. He's gonna go for another match because all he wants now is to win that guy, because that guy won him twice, and now it's his name on the line. So yes, he's gonna go and fight him again, and he's gonna put all again into that. But if he loses again, then he's gonna start questioning himself, and then you know what he might do? He might go for small fish to raise his name in wins and stuff, that he's gonna create some type of a name for himself, how many matches he won, but he cannot still be that guy. It's ego. That's what I believe. I don't know him personally. I can't speak for himself. But if we
What?
consider he's a man, right? He has a career that's winning a fight is not just like a losing a team match. Like, let's say, I don't know, like a basketball.
that is the way sense of boxing. You are supposed to win.
E- exactly. Right? He has that type of a career where if he doesn't win, the first one
Then
is
it's
like,
not a
all
boxer.
right. No, but yeah, but even the first one is like, all
All
right.
right, yeah, it's understandable.
When it's the second one with the same fighter and you still lose, it's like, eh. If he loses the third one, then it's like, eh. You know
That's
what
the
I
thing.
mean? Like, that's, yeah. But
But
Yeah,
it is unfortunate for him. I'm not saying, especially based on, what he invested, if, what he stated is true. But that sometimes, I also say to put something in the media and say I've been training every fucking day, even left my family aside.
okay.
Sometimes to me, I take it with a little bit of salt. But my point is that the question that you asked me, if I'm him, I'm going for another one because of my ego, because of my name. I'm gonna put everything online, probably even my career. But that's what boxing is about at the end of the day. Because
yeah,
if he chickens out now, is worse than losing a fight. You know what
of
I mean?
course.
So sometimes like maybe in this boxing situation, then yeah, we can take it in our personal life and imagine it and have answers based on that as well.
Of
But
course. No, no, no.
yeah.
Peter's question is a very valid question, and your answer is spot on, in my opinion. And normally as a human being, or rather, not even normally, as usual, as a human being, we have dignity. And whether we want to admit it or not, oftentimes we fight the battle of other people's opinion about us. Most of the time in life, the battles that we fight are not actually us. Some of them could have actually been avoided without you thinking twice about it. But we
Yeah.
end up most of the time worrying about what other people think about us. I have I have met people that actually put their personal development, personal aspiration on a hold for a particular company I mean a place of work, that at the end of
Yeah.
the day that they didn't give a flying fuck about them. And they felt bitter so bad when the truth became clear to them. And the reasons for this was that the company has to make a decision that is right. For the company, there was nothing like sentiment whatsoever. But meanwhile, this brother of mine was being sentimental because the company at the time of his need has was actually present and everything one way or the other, which is understandable. By all means, I am not knocking the company, neither am I knocking him. What am I trying to say is that our ability to be able to manage the perception of others when it comes to important aspect of our life is very, very important. And oftentimes, when you find people not being able to recover from things that happen to other people that they will just not think about it twice, it is not usually because they don't, or rather, they even lack the ability to be able to do so. But they continue to ring in their mind what will their parents think, even when their parents are dead. Look, I am an orphan, even though you guys have not bothered to contribute anything to me for Christmas as an orphan that I am and everything. But I'm an orphan. What I'm trying to say is that there are people in life that have nobody that they can call on. There are people in life that even when they know that their parents are dead, but based on the type of relationship that they had with their parents, they want to do some things. They still have to think about what if my mother said, what if my father said, those things hold a lot of people down. And I think it is very, very paramount, or rather, it is very common among people of the African descent, in my opinion. I'm not saying this because I have data to back it up, but I'm just saying based on my personal observation on what I hear most of us talk about. Being tied up with what other people think about us could be a problem at times. I have even been a victim of this personally, whereby there were some certain decisions that I need to make in my life. I was worried about people that don't give a flying fuck about me. I don't know if it is because I'm a West African or not. I don't know if I should even attribute this to my culture, but I can tell you guys tonight that at times, most of the things that we suffer, we can simply avoid them if we do not think twice about what other people are going to think about us. But the fact that we continue to have that in our mind, it becomes difficult for us to manage. When some people will even unalive themselves based on certain things that happen in their life, it is not because that thing practically over time is not something that they cannot be able to go over. I will give you an example. About 2 weeks ago, somebody from our country in Nigeria that is based here in Italy unalived himself because it became public that his wife was cheating on him. But looking back at things, when it became clear that the reason why he unalived himself was this, everybody was like, wow, you unalive yourself based on this. And now it's an open game for the woman. The woman is a widow now, so she has the right to even be with the person without there is no obstacle anymore. Like, but it's like as if we are playing about it. But can you imagine the absurdity of it when you have to think about it with insight, logic, and everything? Since the dawn of time, Men, married couples have always cheated on each other. Why will somebody today unalive him or herself because their partner or married partner has cheated on them? It may sound crazy to some of us, but these are what people go through in life. Some people cannot withstand a situation like that. Probably because they have told their friends that they are the alpha, they are this, they are that. I am just saying this. I don't have a reason why they do that. But what I know for a fact is that because of what other people will say, a lot of people do things or suffer more than they are supposed to suffer about certain things in life. I don't know if you guys have had experience like this or you have heard of stories or anything like this, but the fact is that some
I
people,
I strongly believe that this is why my cousin unalived himself 4 years ago.
okay, I didn't
From the
even know
same
you have a
reason you
case like
just
that in your family
mentioned.
too. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not million percent sure, but I think that's based on the last post on Facebook he wrote that he
Mm-hmm.
deleted later. It was connected to the same situation as you just described.
Good.
Um, so, the way I look at it is a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I believe that this is me like now allegedly, right? Because I can't
Yeah.
know, I'll never know what was the real reason. But,
After all, he's
he
not here
had
anymore.
kids, exactly. He had children involved, and there were some rumors going around that, the last one, the fourth one,
Mm-hmm.
um, might not be his because he also had a prostate cancer and stuff like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
down parts due to his rugby trainings and stuff, and it's in a family as well. So, he had testicles removed and all of that. So I know, based on the rumors, that he couldn't, like, it would be very hard for her to naturally conceive. So when basically the rumor came that she allegedly is cheating, there was a question about the fourth child, whether he was his or not, because it happened naturally. Um, so, whether this be like 100% reason, I don't know, but I will
Could be a
assume
contributing factor.
exactly, to maybe like some other demons that he was fighting for. I don't know, but um, if you ask me this prior to him unaliving himself, and you're gonna tell me the story you just told me, I'll be like, oh my god, people are so weak. Yeah, I know it's rude from me, but now going through a personal experience and knowing like a personal story of somebody, I cannot be so
Mm-hmm.
judgmental anymore because it's close to my
Absolutely.
heart, it's close to home. You know people personally, you know how they are as people. So this might be something that is done out of shame, or something that you really feel like you cannot deal with, or maybe like it's rather me going forever, removing myself from this stressful
Mm.
situation, than seeing you separate from me and being like, let's say, with another man. Or even me finding out that this child is really not mine, like after all that I put in, after all that
Yeah.
I built for this family. There is so many contributing factors, and it's very easy for us to sit there and say, okay, you know you should do this, do it like that. I can't judge your situation based on my
So
views.
true.
First of all, I'm not emotionally involved. I can't know how much that really means to you, or it doesn't for
Mhm.
that matter. Secondly, my character is a complete opposite of yours.
Yeah.
My upbringing, the environment I mingle around is completely different. We
So true.
cannot be in the same situation and react the same way. I might give you an advice, but my advice is again gonna be based either off my experience, fine, but mostly based on my thinking, which is, not necessarily gonna work for you. And not just that it's not gonna necessarily work for you, but the fact that you might take it as a completely wrong approach. That's why when people are giving advices, they shouldn't expect other people to take them and just live and go with it. You cannot expect that, you know? So this is one thing to add here. Um,
So true.
but
So
it's very
true.
important to also state that, when people share advices with you, right? Let's put it like that, and you're close to this person and stuff. I feel like the many people then feel like obliged to do the way they said it,
Hmm.
and they might get in a deeper shit than they were before.
So true. It does happen.
Hmm. So then, the other situation here we need to mention is also, if the person is giving you advice is not necessarily done with the right heart. And the third thing that I would add here is also, don't share advices with people they don't ask you for advice.
That is true.
Don't, because this is like you trying to lay their story, and nah, it's wrong. If a person comes to you personally, hey, listen, this and that, if they open up to you, you are there to listen. Don't jump, hey, you know what, you fucked up there, you should stop with this shit, because with that is actually extra pressure on the person. The person came there hurt, ashamed, in grief, or whatever, and you added extra telling them what they've done wrong or what they should do, and telling them how to orchestrate their situation. It doesn't work like that. You're gonna put,
So true.
actually, it's gonna have a negative effect.
That is true. And some of us have
Yeah.
this problem a lot, especially us men, when we listen to other people talk because it is biologically wired in our brain that most of us tend to use our logical aspect of our brain. When people relate their experience or story to us, we want to provide a solution. Maybe they just want to express themselves. And at times, this creates a friction between us and the women in our life. They just want to talk. They are not even asking you for advice, just want to express themselves. And
But
automatically
can I
you're,
add something here?
yeah, add.
You men, when you give an advice, it's in 99%
Hmm.
coming from a good place, unless you are a shit person,
Of course, that's true. That's
right?
true.
So with that,
But at
like,
times it is not
when
even what
I,
you are asking for.
no, I understand, but to justify that fact,
Hmm.
I think that also men, the way you communicate and the way there are certain things that are hard to be said, especially outside four walls, to admit
Hmm.
either your mistakes or put your shame out there to another alpha male, should tell you that that person automatically is in a way seeking for some type of advice, approval, compassion, something, because it's in your natural nature that this is how you are. Like, unlike
Yeah.
us women, we're gonna go and just bitch about it,
Mm.
not necessarily looking for advice. And even a friend of a 20 year, even if you are going for advice to that person, might not necessarily give you an advice with a good heart.
Yeah.
So there is, I'm gonna, I'm gonna be the first one now to, generalize it, but it is the fact, like, it is.
That's true. That's true. You know, the thing is that based on the things we have discussed so far, I think and I believed, and I've told some people in the past that look, don't take some advice from someone that that person is not applying for themselves. And I have had some friends, the female folks, especially on this instance, are guilty of this most of the time because their particular relationship do not go where we want with a particular person. They tend to advise other female folks with everything negative that has to do with
Mhm.
men and everything. I'm like,
Mhm.
and I know as a man, you have to have your experience. I can't judge every woman to be the same because I had one bad experience with somebody. I don't know why it is difficult for women to see things that way. Of course, here we are generalizing
Because we're an
you come with a knife.
emotional wreck 350 days of a year. Okay, it's the fact.
Mm.
You can't. I mean, I know for myself, I am not gonna rely on any woman present in my life about anything. Even as my own mother, there are certain things that nah. And I sometimes, even if I go there and I say something and then she reacts
Mhm.
back and I'm like, look at you how you are reacting.
Okay.
Nah, just you know what, just forget about it. Because I'm the one like, no. I'm, we women, we are honestly,
That's
it's disgusting
God
so
sometimes. And I think that
say
it
something.
makes men and other fellow female then suffering because of the behavior and attitude and stuff like that that we present to society.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Can therapy fix a woman?
I
It's like
okay, based
asking
on
me if a therapy can help a devil. Can it?
no,
Nah.
okay. I think based on the question of Peter, the right person to ask this question to in the future is Madam Chichi Igwe, and she has passed by to congratulate
Hi,
us. Hi,
Chichi.
Chichi. Very
Thank
good evening to
you.
you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. We wish you the best, Chichi. And for anyone listening
Yes.
to us, make sure that you turn into Watch Chichi Igwe podcast for anything finance, marriage, and
And
every other thing that you
relationship
need, a
related.
relationship for you to be able to make it a success for you. These things that we are discussing about, there are people, professionals like Chichi Igwe, that are actually able to help couples, individuals going through some certain things to go over these things in a professional way that I believe will lead to this form of recovering that we are talking about. And mind
All
you,
right. Did
there
you
is,
remember what I said? My
what do
response to all of that, the women with the therapy and stuff.
it's like asking the
When you
devil.
yeah, so bring Chichi, right? Remember what I said. Bring Chichi. I will tell you what I meant deeply, and you will see she's gonna agree with me.
Okay, no problem. When she's around, we will ask her because she's the right person to direct that question to. She has counseled a lot of couples, women included,
I'll
and
ask her not to be professional, just to be real.
to be real, to be direct, and everything.
Yeah,
Liquid
like
metal, liquid
don't
metal, no go cause
sugarcoat it
problem. Oh.
professionally. You understand? Say it the way it is. Like I don't want that. Everybody seeking help can be helped. Nah, I don't need that shit. I don't need it. Say the
Not
way it
everybody
is.
can be helped. No, but this
No,
is
no,
a
no, no,
fact
no.
of life. Not everybody can be helped, to be very honest.
Mm-mm. Not
Even my
everybody
mom,
wants to be helped.
that is one. Even of all those that want to be helped, not everybody we can help. Even
Mm,
as as crazy as it may sound, even in my line of job, in my place of job, even those of us that work in this social sector and everything, we know for a fact that we cannot help everybody. People are very manipulative. And that is the reason why I'm saying don't take advice from people that you see themselves are not applying. I will give you an example, Tiasha and Peter. I have been around some people that I know for a fact that they are more capitalists than me.
Hmm.
They go to holidays on average in a year 4 or 5 times. They fly
Hmm.
airplanes and everything. Ever
Hmm.
since I know them in a space of 10 years, they have changed car thrice, 3 times.
Hmm.
And when they come with this holier, they oftentimes come to me with this holier than thou attitude of talking about the environment, why money is not everything. And these are people, the dresses they wear, if we have to equate dollar value to it, are competing with the salary that I earn monthly. So
Um,
why the fuck will you take advice from somebody like that telling you that money is not everything?
I
I
mean,
think
can
at
I be
times,
honest? I
Tiasha,
would. I would. I'm sorry, I
I
would.
I
You know
genuinely think
why?
today
Because
at
I see
times,
it differently. I
How?
feel like you value money more than they do.
Hmm?
You have to look at it from the other perspective. Money for them is not
seriously,
everything. That's why they are just like, fuck it. But for you, money means a lot because you need that money. Look, let's put it out there, right? If you own a house,
mhm,
you own a lot already. If you own a roof above your head, pay for that expenses, whatever, monthly costs of the house, possibly mortgage, or even if you pay it off or you inherited it, you fixed it to your perfection, blah, blah, blah. You own it.
that I
It's
can
yours,
agree.
right? You have that security, stability. No matter what happens to you, if electricity and water run out, you still have roof above your head,
That I can agree,
right?
Tiasha.
You go and you have extra. Speaking in parables, 2,000 euros. Come on, wifey, my child, let's pack. Let's go. I found flights. Let's go to, I don't know, Romania. Let's go see a Dracula castle.
Beautiful.
Is there Dracula
Why not?
Castle in Romania? Really?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a castle, but there is no Dracula. Don't be scared.
No, Dracula is
We
not actually
Europeans are
presently
crazy,
in
but not so crazy.
Yeah.
Um, you know, for them, money is not that it doesn't have value because they still enjoy the lavish life.
That is
But at the
true.
end of the day, looking from the other perspective, it means shit to them. Because if it meant something to them, every 2,000 euros, let's say, wouldn't go to a holiday or a weekend getaway, it would go to savings account, like in your
I can,
situation.
I can agree with that to
I'm
some
speaking
extent.
like,
In this,
yeah.
of course, this position is not bad in my opinion. I am very, very a live and let live when it comes to issue of money or whatsoever. I am not asking you how much to earn. If you have worked hard, if you're in a position of whatever you earn, more kudos to you. I have no problem with it at all. But what I have problem with is you living good and telling somebody that is struggling, that need money for his medicine and everything, telling them that money is not everything. That's a that is diabolical. That's not true in any shape or form.
I feel like this has become a societal problem, not just people with money and stuff. I believe
But
that it is so into us because I find myself, I'll admit it, saying sometimes, yeah, but money is not everything. I think just recently now, when I had a discussion about some finances with my husband, I said, yeah, but come on, babe, money is not everything. Although I don't fucking mean it. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's like I feel, that feeling when we react on some situation,
Yeah.
and give that like a quick advice, like don't worry, like in that way, like in that sense, like it's gonna be all right, and we say some stupid shit that
Yeah,
doesn't
Tiasha.
necessarily means,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to justify it. I
Yeah,
know
but
it sounds very
it's crazy
stupid,
to
but
me. It's crazy to me, Tiasha. Somebody using an iPhone of 1,200, 300 euro. Let even on average, an iPhone of 1,000 euro, telling somebody that is using a phone of 120 euro that look, you don't need super gadgets and everything. But damn it, give me an advice that works. I am not even trying to be you, but how
I
can your
mean, give
children
me
be
an
in a private
advice
school and
how
everything?
to. I get it. I
That's
agree. I agree to that
that's
extent.
hypocritical.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
I said that's hypocritical because
It,
you're saying
That's for
something and you're
hypocrisy.
doing something else. You're saying
Come on.
something else and you're doing something else. That's
I don't know. I think that I have a problem.
because
you are
then
telling me about
you are not giving
environment.
a shared light on a particular view. It's like
My guys,
you are
how
guys
can someone
that's
change car 3 times a year in 10 years and
no.
you are telling me about environment? What
How
the
can you
fuck do you
be
know about
how can you
environment?
be in wealth and you're telling me money is not everything? You cannot be in wealth and telling me money is not everything. What are you trying to tell me? That's what I'm
Somebody
trying to
that is
pursue.
homeless,
What I'm trying to
that is asking for
pursue
a welfare house to live in
it's
and
not nice.
everything.
Which means probably you see me, you see the kind of the way I do this thing, the way I'm pursuing this thing, I'm going to get it, and then you are trying to make me not fixate my mind, my heart into that thing in getting it because you know definitely I'm going to get it. Now you are trying to bring me down and how do you say it now? You are trying to
Peter, in
make
my
me
opinion, it is not
discourage
even
me.
you getting it is their problem. They will not be able to lord over you anymore. You know,
Yeah,
some people
Can I?
like that. You are a yes man,
yeah,
yes sir to them.
that's it.
Because
That's it. That's
when
the
you
part.
have
That's the word.
options, when you
That's
have
the
options,
particular
most of
word.
those things you don't do it.
No,
If
no,
I don't need to come and beg you for bread, Tiasha, I don't have to come to beg you for bread.
no.
Okay, but I do have a question. Okay, I'm
Please
not
do.
necessarily on a opposing side now completely yet. I want to know, for
Mhm.
example, the what you just said now about somebody using this for money is not everything and stuff. What would you consider normal to hear from them then?
What
Give
works?
me, give me,
No,
like
wait, wait, wait,
you have it.
wait,
Then
wait,
give
wait,
me
wait,
an
wait, wait, wait,
advice
wait,
on
wait.
how to
Hold up.
pursue it.
I get that. Wait, hold up. Let's use your first example, right? You used, I think that you said medical bills and stuff that you need to pay and stuff like that, and they
Yes.
said money is not everything. Okay, let's focus on this case now, okay? What would you like to hear from that person instead of money is not everything, let's say?
I
Let's
would
say
like to hear about an idea that works on how I'll be able to overcome that
the
particular
bills.
problem by getting the right amount of money, what I need, the strategy that I need to be able to get that. And beside,
Mhm.
oftentimes, I'm based for the sake of the question that you asked. This is the reason why I'm saying this. Oftentimes, when these people throw away these things, it's not as if you are even asking them advice for money.
No,
You are not even, oftentimes when they utter this kind of utterances, you are not actually asking them for money whatsoever. I will give you an instance. Imagine a young person considering marriage and every other thing. A young person in the diaspora has no relative here. It's not as if when evicted in a particular flat tomorrow, he or she will have his mom house to go and live or whatsoever, which means for that person, there are some mistakes, some timely management with money and everything that you must do to be able to avoid certain problems. No matter, some people work even when they don't want to. You know, there are a difference between you working because it is your passion. I like to do this, I don't like to be at home. There are some people that work basically to be able to fulfill a particular need that is urgent
Mhm,
in their life. So that
mhm.
salary is very, very important for them. Otherwise, they'll be homeless the next day. So
Right.
before you throw away that generic word of money is not everything, it's even demotivating at time. Try to understand the person's situation if possible and give an advice that will be able to work, that will ameliorate the person's situation, because there are times money could be life saving. I think it's even all the time anyway, but there are times that money could be very, very, having enough money at times could mean that you are able to give breakfast to your children. You're able to get a jacket for them when the weather, in the turn of the season, when the weather is cold and everything, without you going to a thrift store or where and Caritas, I don't know, welfare office to go and get a fairly use or whatsoever. As a parent, I don't think there are parents that are genuinely happy seeing their children going to welfare office to get fairly used clothes or whatsoever. This is not a knock on the parents or whatsoever, but what I hate exactly is somebody living where, seeing somebody in that situation, instead of then giving the person an advice that will help the person turn around their financial situation to be able to carry their weight. Then you are telling them that money is not everything. How can you be telling a
Mhm.
young girl that is going into marriage
I
that
know,
money is
but
that
No,
money is not
mm,
no,
everything?
no, no, not that.
When we
I
know that,
can't
That
agree on this.
Tiasha, Tiasha,
I
I'm not even
can't.
asking you to agree at the moment, but one thing that we must be able to tell ourselves, especially young people whatsoever, there are three
is the
basic things
truth.
that destroy relationship across culture around the world: financial problem, lack of communication, and lack of intimacy.
Right.
So
But
when a
but
Mhm.
in this situation, let's forget about that aspect. This is
Yes,
not, let's say, these are two strangers,
yeah,
have no bloody relationship,
yeah,
none of them own each other anything,
hmm,
involved in a conversation, maybe in a waiting room of a hospital. Let's say
yeah, yeah.
the first consoling, listen, this is my opinion. The
So,
first consoling thing that is gonna come out of a rich person's mind is gonna be, listen, money is not everything, which I believe, regardless of the money he has in his pocket, the assets
mhm,
he owns, it's natural for us to do. Is the first
yeah,
consoling, first, how can I put it? Let me get to certain level with you. Let's meet somewhere. Let me go
mhm,
down or I'll bring you up. Let's be on the same frequency, right? It's the first thing. It's a stupid thing to say. But at the
I'm
end
happy
of the
that you
day,
used the word stupid. It's so stupid to say.
it is. It is. I will agree on that. But I believe that it's natural in human to react that way. It's like somebody just lost a mom and all you say, hang on there, you'll make it. To me, that's a stupid comment to make, but it comes naturally out of people's mouth. And that might be even the person that lost a mother 6 months ago and knows exactly what this person is going through.
Yeah.
But will say some stupid shit because you are put in a situation that you might not necessarily know how to react to accurately, or maybe as people might expect you to, or that person would find relatable. We have to look, if there are two strangers talking, that stranger doesn't know which assets and stuff this person owns. He might see his expensive car, the brand new iPhone, and maybe Hugo Boss shirt. I'm speaking in parables again. But can you judge the person based on that? Because we know for damn well that there are people that will go in deep, 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 deep depths to show the lavish life outside four walls. Now, if we are talking about the famous person or the person that you might know that has, I don't know what, do you still know what that exact person is going through? You do not know. We
Not
all
possible.
judge these rich people based on how much they own, but we in reality don't even know what they own.
Most of them are in debt, Tiasha. Most of them are in debt.
Right,
To be
right,
very
right,
honest.
right, right. So maybe the person that just said, listen, money is not everything, man. Maybe that person feels like, although I have so much money that I can pay your father's, your mother's, your whole family medical bills, I will tell you that it's not fucking everything because I'm suffering. I'm alone. I'm lonely. I'm depressed. I don't feel to go out of the house. You don't know that person's battles and you don't know why that person gave that advice. Maybe the advice or the statement that that person made for that man, right, has just been consoling himself. That's why I cannot agree fully, you understand, with what we are just discussing, and I am on opposite pole because we just discuss all the time. We cannot judge people based on ourselves.
Absolutely perfect, Tiasha. But if you listen to the example that you gave, if a rich person is telling somebody that is in the trenches, that is trying to get out of where they are, telling them that money is not everything in a way that could be very demotivating, that is not a form of encouragement in any shape or form, because that
I
is a
know, but
judgment
you cannot
on this.
expect. Let's be honest.
Mhm.
Listen, we are. I know you are a good person. I know myself. I can be a bitch sometimes, though. So maybe I'll speak for you. Okay, I'm not gonna speak for myself because I'm unpredictable sometimes. But let's say you are on a rich specter. You are the one that has a lavish life. You are the one who just bought a new, brand new villa in a
Mhm.
Tuscany, right? With a huge vineyard, and you just changed your fifth car this year, right? And you just came from spending skiing holidays in Norway,
Perfect.
okay? Somebody is there who is gonna be, I don't know, feeling down or whatever. It's gonna, I don't know, the conversation is gonna pop. You might not come with stupid shit like, hey, listen, money is not everything. But honestly, I strongly believe that you wouldn't sit down with that person in that particular situation and go, listen, I had 100 euros 10 years ago, my last 100 euros in a pocket. When I came up with the idea to do some stock market and stuff, example. And I would advise you now, if you have that 100 euros to spare, to go and start investing in that. Because, man, first of all, this is a very stupid conversation to have in a situation that you guys are involved.
Mhm.
That person might want to hear how the fuck you got rich, but not at that point, there, then, and the way you want them to. Because it's not something they need. Not in that case,
Absolutely.
because even if you give him an advice that, listen, go and invest, this is what I've done, it really benefited. Let's say you started it 10 years ago. That person needs a fucking money now. And he's stressing about the situation now. The last 100 euros, he's not ready to put. I don't know, he has a family to feed, let's say. He
So
doesn't
true.
need that your advice.
That is true.
Uh-huh.
That is true.
So
That is
based
possible.
on that, I'm judging these characters now. That the easiest way to come up with it, I know it's stupid. Again, I'm gonna repeat myself, but it's something that naturally comes to us. Is like in a way, man, don't worry, you're gonna make it. You're gonna get out of this. Trust me. Believe in yourself. It's
That is
just because it's that one stupid sentence that sounds hypocritical to us. You understand me? I know the person needs advice how to make it in life. I know the person might need, I don't know, 1,000 euros there and then to pay, I don't know, an electricity bill or a medical bill or whatever. But my thing is that what do you expect? That person is not gonna, first of all, if you're a stranger, that person is not gonna invite you in your lavish villa for a meal. He just met you.
That's that's true. You know, we are speaking
Don't
generally.
know.
Normally, these people that give this kind of advice in rich sense, I genuinely believe they don't mean well for the people they are telling those things to. Because really, Tiasha, we understand, or anybody that is listening to us, if someone is drowning, if you're on a swimming pool,
Yeah.
on the ocean, on at the beach, swimming and everything, someone is drowning, it is not the
Mhm.
right time for you to start telling them, but you know that you cannot swim. Why did you go there and every other thing? You have to help that person first.
Mhm.
Save the person from drowning before you have
Well, I
certain
would be
discussions that are,
saving a person and talking at the same time because
how
I
can you
wouldn't be
be
able to
saving that?
wait.
Okay. As a woman, I may give that to you. I'm not that multitasking. I cannot be saving and be talking at the same time. So I will give that to you. I will respectfully give that to you. Maybe that is possible for you to do. So what I'm trying to say is that some advice, some suggestion are appropriate at the appropriate, are okay when you give them at the appropriate time. I understand with you even with the example that you gave, but the fact remains that most people they say these things arrogantly. Listen to the example that I gave. Somebody flying with a private jet when they could have even used commercial plane to go to a summit in Scotland to discuss climate change is hypocritical to me.
It
Somebody
is.
using top-notch Apple computer, iPhone, and everything, and then criticizing capitalists, to me, capitalism to me is the greatest form of hypocrisy I've ever seen. Somebody living in Europe with all the possibilities that the society has to offer, whether we agree or not, having a European passport or a country from a Western world passport, criticizing those that are struggling to cross the ocean, Mediterranean Sea, to be here is hypocritical to me. It's funny how these things could be.
Yes, but then at the same time, hey, conspiracy theories. Woo, good morning.
No.
I no, I'm talking about myself. I
Mhm.
will say it like that. I believe that these rich people damn well know that it's not their private jets that are causing, so to speak, a climate change. If I'm there with knowing what I know, I'll be
Uh-huh.
flying every fucking day, up, down, left, right, because I know I'm not causing any damn thing. But that's
Anyway,
another story, right?
anyway,
Another topic for another
I'll
day.
give that
But I'm
I'll
saying
give that
that
to you. I'll give that to you because we saw what happened 4 years ago when everybody was at home. People were doing parties in their office, and the evil government of one happened in your country. And I swear, the Prime
Mhm.
Minister of Great Britain was having birthday or whatever did he have in Downing Street and everything, while everybody was on lockdown. You remember that was one of the reasons why. What is his name again? This
Boris
UP Prime
Johnson.
Minister that Boris Johnson that you guys want had. So this hypocrisy is everywhere. We saw
Yes.
4 years ago, they lock other people's children at home, not going to school, but their children were going to private school. They were going to luxury restaurants
Yeah,
and
but you need
everything.
to understand that COVID is,
Hey, Tiasha, no, we
there.
don't use COVID. That
Well,
word
well,
COVID.
listen. Come on, this is why you don't believe in it. COVID, if COVID didn't have a VIP ticket to enter private school, it couldn't enter there. Private schools are for rich people.
Really?
COVID not get money now.
Really?
What do you expect? Yes, and COVID is also has eye problem. You know, if you see at night, so you for go out after 9 p.m. COVID no
Okay.
day. Uh-huh. So it's like
Serious matter. Eh? Serious
uh-huh.
matter. No, seriously,
That's
that hypocrisy, we are getting into a new year. That hypocrisy, I don't want to hear I will draw my ear for them or as a Nigerian, like I don't want to hear them. No, they give me that hypocrisy. Oh. If
oh, you go hear
money,
more. You go hear more and more and
no,
more.
I'm not
You
talking
know
about you.
feel run oh. You know feel run oh.
Speaking
You
in
know
general,
feel run.
because you know one
Hey.
thing that most people don't know, and one thing that they don't know is that there is a difference between having money and lifestyle. Whenever those people that are advising us that money is not everything, they always compare lifestyle of some people that have money to those that do not have. You can have enough money to be able to take care of your bills. You are okay. I don't need to fly on a private jet before I will know that I have enough money to cater on my being. But when one, like in Italy here, is going to Caritas to eat, living on in welfare and everything, and you are telling them that money is not everything, fuck it, my dear. With money here, you don't suffer from racism of not getting a house to rent. Peter, if you have money in Italy, can't you buy your own house? Will anybody be telling you that I don't rent house to people coming from Africa?
You know the basic let's say the fundamental part of this money issue in Italy. Do you know that the teenagers, most of them they spend my salary in a week, and I'm expecting my salary. As in, it's very painful. When you go to Tabaki, you see these things. They're bringing out 100 euro notes, 50 euro notes, and in bulk and all that. Buying cigarettes, buying like many packs of cigarettes. Me, I know I don't smoke. And you tell me those things now, they are not working. And I see these people, they spend this sort of money, and I'll be like wondering, where is this money coming from? Where do they get this money from? Am I not?
Mafia.
From their rich parents. Tiasha, not go let them block us for this Facebook.
Capo di banda. Capo di banda. Father is capo di banda.
Eh,
Hey.
so
What?
when I go to see these children, they're going to do some certain thing. I'll be wondering, I'll be pissed because even if I tend to invest in like maybe where I want in this country, there's no literal way to do it. There's no open. It's not open to a majority of us that are foreigners, because a lot of us that are we thank God for Prospero now. He's not one of us that works in the lower chain of the pyramid of what's it called, of
But
employment.
so aren't you? You
No,
see, the
no,
fir- no
it,
no 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 no
necessary.
no no no. Don't try to escape this now. Nada like as I
No,
caught you.
me, I'm
Too late
working
to run
in
away.
labor. I'm
Da, da,
working
da.
in
You
labor.
are not.
I'm,
You
I'm
no.
working
Listen.
in labor. You have to
So
understand.
what? So
I'm
what?
working.
So
I'm working.
fucking what?
No, that is what you have to understand.
No, 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 no. I don't
No,
understand. I refuse to understand. You
no,
want to make me understand? Do you
yeah,
want to make me understand?
Yeah, I want to make
Okay,
you
then try
understand.
to make me understand.
I'm working.
Explain.
I'm working in in the bottom chain of employment. Even in labor,
Mm-hmm.
you have the maybe the top, the middle class of labor, and the bottom labor. You know, understand? Like those
Mm-hmm.
bottom are the ones that do not want to upgrade their upgrade the what they have to get to the next level.
Good.
You
But you are
understand?
in a pyramid, right?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying now. If I'm filling out a form and they ask me, what do you do? I'll say I'm operatore. What is operatore? It's a it's a laborer. That is,
Mm-hmm.
operator is a laborer. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
no matter what I do, no matter
Mm-hmm.
how there's nothing I can do to leave this particular chain of employment. You understand? There's nothing you check. That is how it is in this
So
place.
how did Pedro make it?
Pedro went to university here. You have
Uh-huh.
to.
So waiting to stop you now.
No, I'm not
You know,
saying.
you know, fi tell me
You
there
see,
is nothing you fi do.
you
No, no,
see,
no, 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 no.
the other day,
You are talking to a wrong
wait,
person.
let me tell you something. The other day, I came here, I went to work. Even today now, I went to work. After driving the truck, imagine how it is to drive the whole of the city, driving the truck. At the end, my body is all, I know it's no more
Hmm.
stressful like
So
before.
what?
No, it's no
So
more
what?
stressful like before, but it's still stressful. You
So
understand?
what? So what? So what?
Yeah, Peter,
I'm gonna
you are
say
not.
it again. What you are not changing, you are choosing.
You are
No,
choosing.
it's,
Yeah, yeah, that is true. That is true. No, Peter, your explanation is clear and everything, but the fact is that we also, I share the opinion of Tiasha. I do not agree that this thing cannot be changed. It depends on how one goes about it. And I will tell you, I will reiterate it for anybody that is listening to us as well. Look, if you want things to change, you have to change a strategy. One thing that I will not agree, despite the fact that I will like everybody to have the right advice. I would like everybody to actually go for their dreams and everything, is to have any reason to say this is the reason why I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, except there is a health issue and there is a legal issue that is practically holding down the person not to be able to do it, because you have done a lot more than so many other people. You knew the effort you put in to be able to get to where you need to be at the moment. But there is one thing I also want to make clear, that at times, at a particular stage in our life, we make some choices based on where we believe that we need to go as at that particular time. It is not true that at times we don't have the right information, but oftentimes we are human beings. We have to go with what we genuinely believe in as at that particular point in time. You understand? So I may just be one of the few or so many that started the way I started in this country, and I was able to go to university. I am by no means better than any other person. And Peter, yourself, and every other person out there that have not done that, that may do it again tomorrow, you are not ordinary in any shape or form. And this is the reason why we have this discussion on this podcast. And this is the reason, this is the change we want to see in our society, because I want a situation whereby we no longer say that we cannot do this. We rather ask the question, how can we do this? It
And
is
it's not
actually
just that. The question is,
Mhm.
do do, do you think that it's the road too long?
it is a bit. It is, like what you
I
said.
know, but listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You just said you are driving a truck around the city, up, down, left, right, whole day, right? It's a
Yeah,
long road, right? But you do it, right?
yeah,
Because you benefit out of it, right? And no matter how fucked you come home at the end of the day, you done it because it was for your benefit, right? So if you see yourself in the future, and that's not just you, Peter, anyone watching this or is gonna come across this at some point in life. If you see yourself at the position where Pedro is, or even higher, what fucking stops you is your mind. You are your own enemy. You are stopping yourself because you think that you are not, I don't know, possibly capable of doing university. You don't want to do university because, listen, let me tell you something. If you do not want to go to school, then you can forget the position Pedro is at. But if you don't mind going to school, then sky is your limit. So the decisions are made by you. And let 2025 be the one you decide your future for yourself. You don't want to drive a truck around the city? Well, don't do it. There are opportunities out there for each and every one of us, regardless of the place you are. If you are going there and you're going to chase them, you're going to get them. But they will by no means come to you.
So true. So true. So true.
So just keep on being positive. It's a recovery. Look, we are talking about recovery. You want to get out of
Absolutely.
this, I don't know, shitty spiral? Get the fuck out of it then. Go and fight for yourself. Go and prove yourself that you are better than a truck driver. Although you failed 3 times to get the certificate. You know what I mean? You have
yeah.
to get out there. You need to put yourself out there.
The
Fuck
the
it.
the question is not even being better than the truck driver or whatsoever. Any profession is okay. We are not
No, this is
even
what he
making
said, that he's at the
yes,
bottom. That's why I use that kind of a figure of speech, right?
yeah, you are right. But however the case is, at times in life, we make a decision based on our immediate need and where we see ourselves in the nearest future. It
And
is
that's all
not
right.
true. It is 100% okay because
Yeah.
while one may have gone to university, it might be the long haired dream of a particular person to be a truck driver. And if you
Yeah.
can take care of yourself and your family and live your life the way you want to live it, it's okay. And this is the reason why I'm talking about lifestyle because I believe that when people make that statement, money is not everything, oftentimes they think about lifestyle, they don't think about the need of that particular person. Money is
Yeah.
damn everything. You just
Money,
need to be able to take care of your bills and everything.
money.
That I don't want to take a private jet is a personal thing too. That is a separate issue entirely. That I want to change cars every 2 years and everything. That is lifestyle. That is not what I'm talking about here. I'm
I
talking
mean,
about
I
the
would like
basic.
to change a car twice, 3 times a year.
You don't want to save environment.
No.
No, we have to save our environment. No, Tiasha, I don't agree.
And yeah, all right, all right. My car is gonna
so,
destroy the sun. Oh my God.
so, so let's learn to separate lifestyle away from having the basic need for you to take care of yourself and your family. And when you don't have that, there is no point listening to any motherfucker out there that money is not everything. Because there is no joy
Hey,
in not being able to
preach,
take care of your
preach,
family. Come on, man. How
preach.
can you tell somebody
Wait,
that is going to
you
take
got
food in
you
Caritas that money is not everything?
you
What till
you
they talk, man?
you've
Yes.
got to understand. There was a time I
I
go to Caritas to take food. There was a
mm,
time I didn't pay rent. There was a time I started paying rent.
Good.
And right now,
Yeah.
paying rent, if I stop, if I say, okay, let me know, let me start, let me go focus on my school, maybe
All
then
right.
I'm pushed out.
There are educational institutions that are basically there for people who are in employment.
No,
There are courses you can do.
not here, not here.
No, no,
Ah,
I've
there
not,
is
maybe I've not
no.
found
The
it.
thing
That's
is that the
probably,
thing is that some societies are different from the other.
yeah, that's
However, the case is, if there is this popular saying, when there
you
is a
don't
will,
have
there
evening
is a way.
schools in Italy.
No, there are evening schools.
there
There are
are
evening
for there
schools.
are
There are
for
everything.
for only secondary school, but for the university, I'm not sure.
No,
Ah,
I've never heard of anywhere in the world where they have evening universities anyway. Maybe part-time, yes. Evening, I don't know. I don't want to give wrong information out there. I don't know. Do they have
oh,
evening universities in the
make a
UK?
Google am for you. I go find information. I go
Yeah,
give you now.
Google and
You where you dey Italy. Make I find you.
Google and make
Make
you send
make
am call.
hey, yeah.
Google and send am call.
Make I find it for you. No
Now,
wahala now.
if we are going on that, that would be a form of excuse. That is not the issue we have at hand. When there is a we, there is a way. You understand?
There is
If
always a
that
way. If not anything else, are you married, Peter?
No, not yet.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Very good opportunity.
that's
And you know
great.
what I'm saying, right? There is
Which
some
means
rich
which means
Italian
our
women of mature age,
that-
possibly
where is
possibly
Tiasha
mob
going tonight?
widows.
Tiasha, where
I,
did they go this night? I don't
Hey,
understand though.
why?
they give me
I'm
bad
trying to
advice.
encourage him.
They give me bad advice.
Hey, I know they give you bad advice. Now me, I won't help you now.
No, not be jackpot. That jackpot story be that now. That not jackpot story. Me, I don't jackpot already. So now I don't be jack.
Okay. Anyway, guys, there
I
are some
mean, I don't
comments we
mind.
have.
If I wouldn't be married, I would go for a rich mob man there in Italy. Why not? Fuck it.
There are some comments, guys. Let's see. Okay, Emoma Kevin. This is deep. Okay, I think when we were discussing about the rich advising other people. Anyway, good
Probably.
evening, Kevin. A very good evening to you, Kevin.
Hi.
Thank you for stopping
Thank you
by.
for your comment.
We appreciate. Then another comment from him saying, no, you can't be saving and also advising the person at the same time. Tasha, I tell you, you see, say, even in the comment, they did not agree. But I know a woman can be able to do that. So I give it to you, like I said earlier on. But I can't do that. I'm not that multitasking, to be very honest. Just like you are rescuing someone from an accident and also asking, why did you have the
That would be
accident?
me. That would be me. Calvin, you are a man. You don't understand. I am telling you, I'm capable of that. Like my kids are gonna fall, like scratch their knee, they are bleeding, right? I'm
Yeah.
wiping it down, like I'm trying to catch them, wiping the knee while I'm telling them why the fuck did you run when I told you not to run. I'm
So,
capable of stuff like that, all in between. So
I,
I need a
I
woman's
agree.
perspective, please.
Okay. Let the
Is there
women
any
tell us
woman?
if Tiasha is
Yeah,
correct. If women,
please.
obviously, we are generalizing with this one. It's not as if we are accusing anybody. So, do women really do that? Are women this multitasking, helping and
Hmm.
criticizing at the same time? Jesus Christ,
Yes,
that's so crazy.
very good
that,
at that. I do it daily. I admit
that
I do it daily. Ask my
that's
You are
husband.
that's like nagging. That's like nagging. The moment you
Yeah,
start,
of course I am. What? I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm a woman. You
okay.
know, it's written on our forehead. We nag. Ask my husband. He's gonna tell you.
the moment
I'm
you
not
Okay.
start
shy
saying,
person. I'll tell you. I'll
the
tell
moment
you
you
the
start
way it
saying
is.
that, the moment you start doing that, I just pack my bag and I'll leave. I'll leave and come
You will
back home.
not leave now. You see, a rich mob widow. You're not gonna leave now. Where did you they talk?
You're
Stop
not going
lying.
anywhere.
You're not going
No,
anywhere. If
no
a
escape
woman's
for
sweet
you.
enough, she can nag. She can nag. You will never walk out of the door. Yeah.
Shit.
Eh? Look, he got quiet. He has
No, no,
nothing else to say.
it's interesting though.
Of
It's interesting.
course.
I have to say, like, every point of view on this aspect is valid. You know, understand?
Of
So
course. Of course.
Yeah.
it,
Of course.
even
We
on
are not
the
perfect here now. We
yeah,
never claim to be.
So
Tiasha didn't.
we are
Have we
talking
ever
about
claimed to be?
recovery, right?
Yes.
I have a serious question now.
Please go ahead. Let's hear it because
So,
we are heading to conclusion actually.
right, so that's why I need it because I believe people are waiting for this. So you know
Mhm.
how in New York New Year is approaching.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
New Year,
so
Happy New Year,
Happy New
yeah, you
Year
see.
in
Happy New
advance.
Year.
So
You just
so
excite him. You excited him
me
with that New Year issue.
Yeah.
so me and probably some other people are waiting now for the main recovery topic. How to
Okay.
recover from New Year's Eve hangover.
Mm.
Really?
Mhm.
New Year's Eve hangover. How to
Yeah.
recover from it?
Uh,
Basically, you just need to sleep off the whole day. It's that simple.
I can't
If
do
you
that. I
indeed,
have children.
Mm.
damn.
Mhm. And I'm the boss of the house.
Yes, you are the captain of the ship.
Capo di banda,
Yes. So
just not the rich one.
how do you recover from New Year's Eve hangover?
Yeah,
That's a very solid
we're talking
question.
about recovery.
And my suggestion would be drink a lot of water,
Hmm.
drink some latte, milk,
Hmm.
and
That
e- I
suggestion
don't,
won't go anywhere. It's sleeping. You have to sleep it out. There's nothing like drinking milk,
that
drinking
is after
water.
some sleep
You
anyway,
have to
because
sleep If you don't sleep it out, no.
it's not going to be that you have your New Year Eve and you are on your feet the whole day. That's not going to work. That is exhausting. That could create some health issue. But on a
Hmm.
general, let's
See,
keep things on
all the
average.
ladies listening to this now. You see, when
Mhm.
men give advice, they give it based on themselves because they know that even if children day, even if wife day, they can sleep whole day. Nothing is gonna get affected, right? You see, men, my fellow women, listen to this now.
I
Listen.
agree.
Hey.
I agree.
What
Mhm.
happened?
Because some way, somehow, we are going to find a way to sleep. I agree to that.
Yes.
Absolutely. Because
Don't
I
know.
can be sitting
You
on
know,
the
I
chair.
will never understand something. Why do they say sleep like a baby? Baby doesn't sleep. They wake up three, four, 6 times a night. Why don't they say sleep like a husband?
What the
Okay,
fuck?
the husband sleep more like the baby. The baby sleep.
Yeah,
This
so
is true.
why the fuck the saying sleep like a baby? The baby doesn't sleep. Like they wake up 6 times a night, okay?
We are going to
While the
change it.
husband snores whole night through. So why the fuck
We
don't they say sleep like a husband?
we as society have always wanted a change. Tonight, we are going to change it. We are going to tell the
Okay.
whole world, starting from today, you stop telling people money is not everything. One. Secondly, you stop telling people sleep like a baby. Rather, you tell them sleep like a husband.
Yes.
I think it's
on,
the best one.
on that one, the
Uh-huh.
baby, they don't sleep at night on the normal. But when they do sleep in the afternoon, you see the peace in them. You just like this baby.
Same like with the man now,
No,
24/7.
no,
So
no.
why
That's
don't we just use it?
that's
Say it,
no.
sleep like a husband.
That's
Simple.
snoring. That snoring is just for 2 hours. Eh? After 2 hours,
You
the
never sleep
problem of
next to
the
my
world,
husband, oh, so I don't know what you they talk.
the problem of the world will come back again.
I don't understand, Peter.
Hey.
You are arguing with a woman. It's a woman that have a husband that know how a husband sleep now.
That
Tiasha,
means
Thank you.
I agree.
that means
We are going to be
your
saying it starting
husband
from
don't have
today.
problem.
Sleep like a husband. I actually
Exactly.
like
Thank you.
because even husband they need a voice. So Tiasha just didn't know that you are indirectly giving voice to husband tonight. Sleep like a husband. Please let the husband sleep. Sleep like a husband. Oh,
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Okay.
That
Jesus
is going to
Christ.
be the new mantra for 2025. You know,
Sleep like a
2024,
Exactly.
husband.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
2024 in Nigeria, we said no green for anybody early
Yeah.
this year. And this 2025 now, if this is going to be the new mantra now, let's go ahead with it. Sleep like a husband.
Exactly.
No more sleep like a
Thank
baby
you.
because since all the men are sleeping like more than a baby, now we have to say it sleep like a husband because there are some husbands actually they don't have the possibility to sleep. Maybe this will help tell their wife to give them some time
You
to
turn
sleep.
this around now, right, to benefit you.
Nah, of course
You
it's
you
gonna
you
benefit.
just you just you just flipped it around. You
Of
just
course,
look at
that's
this
exactly what
sneakiness.
I'm
No, 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 no,
saying.
no, no, no,
Men
no,
have
no,
to
my friend.
sleep.
No, my
Sleep
friend.
like a
It was
husband.
not
Oh,
meant.
sleep like a husband.
No, it was not meant for you to sleep even more than you already sleep. It was
Tiasha,
meant
you
like
said
stop
it.
telling me to sleep like a baby because then I wake up 6 times a night. Tell me to sleep
Sleep,
like a husband and I'm gonna sleep whole night.
sleep like a husband. I agree with it. We have to canonize it. We have to
No, no.
go to the UN Charter
Me
and
and you, me
everything.
and you, me and you gonna talk about this, you know.
All right, guys. It was a great show tonight. I really appreciate. I
Yes.
like the discussion. I like the things that we talk about, the play and everything. And I hope that you guys enjoyed it as well. But
Yeah.
despite the fun and everything, there are some key points that we understood from this show tonight. Believe it, guys. Some advice are only right at the appropriate time. You don't, if one is drowning, you don't start asking them if they don't know how to swim while they were there swimming. A lot of things could have led to it. Someone telling people that money is not everything, they may have their reasons for it, but it depends on the situation of that person. And most of the time, people mistake lifestyle with basic need. So try to know. Of course, it's not possible.
Boss,
It's not possible.
boss,
Yeah. Tell me, Tiasha.
please, I need a permission.
Yes, right on. Go on.
While you are concluding all of this, right?
Hmm.
My fabulous self, my royal self drank too much water and I need to pee. So you continue and I'm going to the toilet. I'll listen to you.
All right. All right. So the the thing is that some advice are only right when the time is right, when the moment is right. Not advice is so not every advice is okay at certain point in time. And what I will leave you guys tonight, and especially on the last show for the year 2024 on Pedro Upload Podcast, is this. Not every advice is okay for you. Your situation might be different for what that advice, that's some piece of advice that you are hearing, might be able to attend to. And especially if that person is not applying the same thing in their own life, please don't take that advice from them. Believe it. Believe it. One, and I'm telling you, especially if you live in the diaspora, if you have the African descent, and you know how things are for you here abroad and everything, don't be deceived. some basic thing that you need to do. Like every other person in life, you need some basic finance, like basic cash to be able to get there. So don't let somebody that is living with his or her parents, that is, if he doesn't use the parents' car today, use their brother's car whatsoever to tell you that you don't even need driving license. What do you need it for? Some advice are not good for you based on the things you are going through at the particular moment. So don't take every form of advice from every other person out there when for a fact it is not good for you. Because I have come to realize or accept that conclusion in my mind that some people give advice simply because they want to talk, or they want to continue, they want you to remain at that level that you are so that you continue to be answerable to them. Otherwise, what is wrong about having the possibility to have options? And this is what having a lot of having access to a lot of resources provide for you, and that include financial resources. So as you start a new year, as from next tomorrow, don't ever subject yourself to that torture or misinformation. And above all, it's a new year. I hope and I pray that you pursue your dreams, you go after it, you leave excuse behind, because for you to be able to rediscover yourself, you need to have fortitude. You need to have the ability to delay gratification. Delay gratification is very, very important. Of course, I know that you are not a child. I know that I'm not speaking to little children. I'm by no means trying to treat you like a little child. But for you to be able to rediscover yourself and experience that magical power of recovering, having encounters or defeat, a form of knockdown in life, you need fortitude, you need mental toughness, you need courage, and you need to be able to tell yourself, no, this thing, I must do it to get there. So I would like to borrow the works or the quote of Nike: just do it. Anything that you want to do, just do it. Anything that you want to start, start it. Without starting, you will never be able to build the experience to be able to make some changes in the future. So go ahead with courage. Take away some people out of your life if the need is there for you to do it. With that, I mean cut down some distractions. Most of us complain a lot, but oftentimes we are distracted and engage in things that are not meaningful. Cut down some distraction. Prioritize your health, and this includes separating yourself from some people that are not helping you in any shape or form. This
Yes.
is what I will leave you with tonight. And from all of us here in the studio, from Pedro Apollo's podcast, Tiasha Kastelik Asomani, and Peter Aroma, we send our love. We wish you a beautiful and prosperous new year
Happy New
ahead.
Year. See you next
Continue to
year.
enjoy time with your family and remain great and successful. Like David, Patrick Bet David, who said, the future looks bright. Go ahead, go for your dreams, and never allow no for anything at all. I know that it sounds
Yes.
cliche, but it has to be reiterated. We have to say it over and over again. And even with loud voice, like we are saying it now, so that those at the back of the class will hear it. Never take no for an answer. You need anything, go for it. Go for it. You want to test alcohol, like Tiasha said, go for it. Anything that you want to do, go for it. Because above all else, if there is one thing that you must remember, you only live once. You don't have two chances to do this thing called life. Go for it so that you don't end up regretting anything at the end of the day. I wish you the best. I wish you again a prosperous new year, and bye for us from all of us. Ciao, ciao.
Peace out, people. Have a good one. Toodaloo.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao,
Peace,
peace.
peace.